Millions of Americans are unprepared for what's about to happen, what's about to go down in the United States of America. Let's get into more exclusive content about the digital ID system. This is not something that's new. Yes, the United Kingdom has opened many people's eyes that this system does exist. This is a system that they've been working on since 1992 to be exact. The Earth Summit, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 1992 is when Agenda 2030 was born. 179 countries signed this agenda to be a part of this agenda to force a one world government, one world currency, digital currency system. I want to show you guys some videos from over a decade ago. Predictive programming showing you guys and us all what would come to be. You'll see a lot of clips throughout this video. Let's connect the dots. Use the comment section for high-level conversations. Thumbs up the video, smash subscribe to join the tribe, and ring the post notification bell as well. Okay, let's get into it. This video is from 17 years ago. This video shows there's no need to implant you with a microchip. Once you give your biometric ID, you're able to pay for your goods with your finger or eye scan. This actually fulfills the 666 prophecy. No need for an implant. Research the government white paper. If you refuse this ID card, you will not be able to have a bank, buy utilities, etc. You will not be able to buy or sell. Fact, receive a mark on the forehead or right hand. For me, this is way too close to biometrics. As we can see, they are quoting Revelation 13, where you can't buy or sell without the name of the beast or the mark in your right hand or forehead, right? This is 17 years ago and somebody had this understanding. This is the same understanding that we have right now. We can see this is September 19th, 2008. What also happened around that time? Okay, follow me. This is how long they've been working on it. Remember the '08 crash. Remember there was something called the 2000s agenda. They thought they would accomplish this in the early 2000s, right? Let's play the video.
More now of our special coverage here tonight, life in the U.S. in 10 years' time. By that time, there may be all kinds of new ways to safeguard and identify all those things that make each of us unique, our faces, even our fingerprints, even our eyes. Here now with more on the future of technology, NBC's Tom Costello.
The year is 2017. You're rushed to a hospital unconscious with no ID or medical history, but thanks to a microchip under your skin, it's all there. Science fiction 20 years ago, but a biometric reality today.
The technology is based on answering one simple question. Am I who I say I am?
Already, fingerprints and iris scans verify passenger identities at airports. Within 10 years, that technology may be even more widespread. And look for more complex facial recognition programs that scan a crowd of thousands looking for a single terrorist. Today's facial recognition software starts with the eyes. Then it maps out the contours of the face and compares that against a database of millions, a database that's growing by the day. What's next? At the University of Bath in England, researchers predict big changes for consumers.
I think it is possible to free us completely of our wallets and keys using biometric technology, if that's what people want in 10 years' time.
In fact, it's already here. The latest home security locks use fingerprints to control deadbolts. And at the Jewel Osco grocery store in Chicago, some customers pay using their fingerprints. No paper or plastic.
You don't really need anything other than your hand, and you already got that with you.
So will future department stores scan our irises, like in the movie Minority Report, then offer products catered to who we are?
Hello, Mr. Yakamoto. Welcome back to the Gap.
Experts say that technology is here now. The challenge is to safeguard our privacy in a brave new world. Tom Costello, NBC News, Alexandria, Virginia.
I didn't even know that technology was around in 2008. I was a kid. I remember the '08 crash, right? But I was young. I know they've been working on it very long, right? And the technology that they put out here, they work on that technology 100 years in advance, at least 100 years in advance, if not more. You see how long this has been in the works, but now this is the closest they're getting due to AI. Now they can make this agenda complete. They have the technology capable to do so. The computing power, the 5G data, national ID video from 2008. Shout out to one of my subscribers sending this to me. Revelation 13:16.
Pizza Palace, guaranteed hot in 30 minutes or it's free. This is Mary. May I take your order?
Hi, Mary. Yes, I'd like to order.
Is this Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Thank you for calling again, sir. I show your national identification number as 610-204-999-8-45-54610. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. I see you live at 736 Montrose Court, but you're calling from your cell phone. Are you at home?
I'm just leaving work, but I'm...
Oh, we can deliver to Bob's Auto Supply. That's at 175 Lincoln Avenue, yes?
No, I'm on my way home. How do you know all this stuff?
We just got wired into the system, sir.
Oh, well, I'd like to order a couple of your double meat special pizzas.
Sure thing. There'll be a new $20 charge for those, sir.
What do you mean?
Sir, the system shows me that your medical records indicate that you have high blood pressure and extremely high cholesterol. Luckily, we have a new agreement with your national health care provider that allows us to sell you double meat pies as long as you agree to waive all future claims of liability.
What?
Do you agree, sir? You can sign the form when we deliver, but there is a charge for processing. The total is $67 even.
$67?
Well, that includes the delivery surcharge of $15 to cover the added risk to our driver of traveling through an orange zone.
I live in an orange zone?
Now you do. Looks like there was another robbery on Montrose yesterday. You could save $48 if you ordered our special Sprout Submarine Combo and picked it up yourself. Comes with tofu sticks. Those are very tasty, sir. Good value, too.
But I want double meat.
Well, I'm sure you can afford the $67 then. You just bought those tickets to Hawaii. They weren't cheap, eh? Oh, but I see you checked out the budget beach bum at the library last week. Up to you, sir.
All right. I'll get the Sprout subs.
Good choice, sir. Gotta watch that waist if you're hitting the beach, eh? 42 inches. Wow. Man, I'd say tofu and sprouts is, like, required.
That's how much?
Just between you and me, there's a $3 off coupon in this month's Total Men's Fitness magazine. Your wife Betty subscribes to that, right? Anyhow, clip that and it's $19.99 even. Whoa, looks like you maxed out on all your credit cards. Bring cash, okay?
And this is the way that the digital ID system will work. They can track every single purchase that you make, every single place that you go. Everything will be tied to the digital ID. What you do, where you go, what you post online, who you talk to. Coming January is the introduction to it in America. They're already starting with the Apple Wallet digital ID systems. It's going to be like this. You can skip the line at the airports, right? They want to make it for your convenience and also for security purposes. That's the selling points. Right? The migrants that we let into the country, we want to protect you from them. This is their selling point. Those that recognize this can see that this will be the B system tied in with your carbon emissions tracker, which is your carbon footprint tracker, social credit score, CBDC / and or stable coins. America is going with stable coins as a workaround because too many people were aware of the CBDCs, centralized bank digital currencies. So they changed the name. Trump changed the name, made it where stable coins in America will be the CBDC. The Anti-CBDC Surveillance Act, that does not mean there won't be any. That means stablecoins will now be CBDCs. They're private now for more control, more surveillance without U.S. governance. Beyond the Reset. This is an animated film. If y'all know about The Great Reset, which was the book written by Klaus Schwab, chairman of the World Economic Forum, he wrote a book about what would happen after C-19. We are now living through and beyond the Great Reset. That's what they call it, where they are resetting the system, resetting the world. He's in the quarantine camp.
Stay compliant. Stay isolated. Stay safe. And now, on to other news. Say goodbye to cows and beef. As you might know, cows and livestock agriculture in general is a source of methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. Cows fart, and the temperature on Earth rises 1 degree with each cow fart, contributing to global warming. This is why the authorities started a cow extermination program, and today the last herd of cows has been dealt with. The Earth has officially become a cow-free planet, and climate change is finally under control.
Climate change and the green agenda both work simultaneously as a part of the reset as well. They're going to use climate change as a reason to limit your abilities to travel, eat meat because meat is for the elite. They want us to eat bugs. I covered that on the last video. Tyson has already backed the bug eating agenda, bug protein, right? The elimination of meat for private citizens, it'll be replaced with lab-made meat. This is what this is insinuating right here.
You might get concerned, where would we obtain our proteins from? Chicken and pork are not commonly accessible products, and beef is gone now. Do not worry. Hundreds of alternative protein manufacturing facilities have been constructed on each continent. They process thousands of tons of protein-rich food. This alternative food contains way more protein than beef. It is cheap to cultivate and it doesn't contribute to global warming. Kudos to science and green agenda. That is all for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow's news.
Bruce Kowalski, your monthly...
They want to dishonor our Father Yahuwah by making us eat the unclean foods that we are not supposed to eat. They're clean and unclean foods. They want us to eat the unclean foods, eating crickets, eating bugs. This next part is about UBI, Universal Basic Income, your programmable money, right? You'll see how that will work. This was a viral clip on X. I saw this in 2020.
Tomorrow's news.
Bruce Kowalski, your monthly universal basic income has been deposited into your account. For more information, press details. You have been paid 2,000 central bank digital tokens. The following fees are being deducted: accommodation fee, food ration fee, recycling fee, clean energy fee, personal greenhouse gas emissions fee, climate change fee, diversity fee. Your current remaining balance is 5 central bank digital tokens, and if not spent, it will expire in 7 days.
That's the CBDC, UBI deposits. You can see automatically everything comes out, and then he's left with 5 digital tokens or 5 centralized bank digital dollars. It expires in 7 days. The CBDCs have an expiration date. They're programmable, traceable, and have expiration dates, so you can never save ever again. You will own nothing and be happy. You will lease everything, rent everything. You won't own it. Private ownership of vehicles will come to an end. Cities become smart cities powered by AI technology. Deliveries are done by drones and AI robots. But y'all see, this is how the CBDC will work interchangeably with UBI, which is being tested in New York right now in the hood areas, right? Giving them $12,000, $8,000 up front, their monthly payments to test it to see how well it'll work. If it works well in New York, then better believe it'll be rolled out countrywide and worldwide as well very soon after 2026, 2027, and furthermore from there. See the rentals? Renting everything. You can't own it.
Attention. Important announcement.
Dear residents of the quarantine facility number 89, great news. Here at Nova Gene Labs, we grant you a chance to participate in the trials of our new drug, which has been developed by our research team. This drug is absolutely safe and will bring the end to the deadly virus we are all fighting together for the last several years. Those of you who chose to participate will get a significant social credit score boost. As the result, you will be relocated to a superior isolation facility, receive a higher universal basic income, and become eligible for an improved food ration.
Food rations, right? If you take their injection, then you get perks. It'll also be tied to the digital ID system, so they'll know if you did or did not get it. Those that don't may be shunned from society. See, in America, it wasn't as bad as it was in other countries. I got a homeboy in Australia, was talking to him every day. You couldn't go to college, you couldn't work, you couldn't do nothing without that jab, right? America had a sweet deal. It was sweet in America compared to other countries. We just mainly had it in the medical field, people in the medical field. If you didn't take it, you couldn't work, right? In New York, it was bad in New York too. You couldn't go public places a lot. It was a lot worse in New York than other places as well. Like you couldn't go to local parks and stuff like that. But you're about to see that worldwide, countrywide, this next go round.
If you choose to participate in the Nova Gene Labs clinical trials program, our specialist will visit you within the next few hours, make an injection, and will be daily monitoring your condition online. Your participation is very important to us and the rest of the world. Make a difference. Follow the science and make the right choice. Nova Gene Labs is not responsible for any side effects, injuries, or death followed after the injection.
You see?
Sorry to hear that.
500 new cases have been registered last week. As of today, the whole country is going into a complete lockdown. The health authorities are imposing a strict stay-at-home order. While these measures are tough, they are temporary. We need only 2 weeks to bend the curve.
Remember that? Look at that. Hold on. Look at that. Transforming our world, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, United Nations. The Great Reset.
The pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world.
This video is from 5 years ago. NBC News, ID wallet, keys all in your hand. Sweden's move into the future with microchipping. They're not even holding back. They telling you what it is. 1.2 million plays.
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID. And he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
You like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all in chip, so I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. Exactly. So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip, and it will log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future.
Install ingrain procedure with local anesthetic and you're good to go.
In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards,
which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden.
No cash.
A cashless society. They have a cashless society. This is already here. You can't say it's a conspiracy. It's here. You seen this with your own eyes. A video from 5 years ago. This man real life got the chip in his hand. She couldn't open the fridge. You cannot buy or sell without it. They don't accept cash.
This tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
But even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
Feel less human. I will feel like a robot.
I think, it's so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5,000 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it'll be voluntary, but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality. Sarah Harmon, NBC News, Stockholm.
Dutch man first traveler to board plane using chip implant. This video is from 9 years ago.
A man recently became the first person to get on a flight without a boarding pass. Instead, he used just a chip that was implanted in his hand. The Swedish man boarded the jet in Stockholm and posted the video on YouTube. The video also showed the process of implanting the chip, which is about the size of a grain of rice. The test subject is the vice president of a technology consulting firm. He says this was just an experiment and not necessarily something that's coming soon to airports. The London Telegraph reports the technology used in that chip has already been used to make digital payments, control mobile phones, and unlock doors.
See how they were lying back then? Then just a few years later, they tell you what it is. This one is from 3 years ago.
Listen to this. Instead of carrying your wallet in your back pocket or your purse, a tech company wants you to keep it under your skin.
All right, so let's explain here. Wallet More is selling microchips implanted in your hand as an alternate payment. Could this be the future? Maybe. Once you set up your card info in the company's app, look at this. It says payments could be as easy as swiping your hand over a card reader. Right now, chips are not sold in the U.S. Crazy.
At the time, chips were not sold in the U.S., but the digital ID is coming to the U.S., right? It's going to go from the digital ID eventually to the chip. The chip will be connected with it. This is a man from my hometown.
The idea that you wanted to really be a walking computer.
So I've always been a tech enthusiast, and I always try to be on the cutting edge of technology.
So that drove Brandon Delali to do what some might believe only takes place in a science fiction movie.
It gets inserted into your skin.
A chip, and not the type you eat, but a microchip, has been implanted in Brandon's left hand.
This one is just a little guy right there.
Yeah, I see that right there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So after that was inserted and the swelling went down, I'm able to open up the front and back door to my house. I can walk up to people and have them tap their phone to my hand and instantly transfer my contact information, my portfolio, my COVID vax card.
But Brandon got to thinking, why stop there? He's got 2 hands, right? And plenty of room for more chips.
So I thought, how cool would it be if I could leave my house, no car key, no house key.
So 2 weeks ago, right here in Michigan, Brandon got another chip implanted, this one in his right hand, to unlock and start his Tesla.
It's a perfect backup, something you can never forget, something that doesn't break, something that won't fail you.
And if you think having chips implanted in your body requires a doctor or is costly, well, think again.
The chips themselves are anywhere from between $200 and $300, and the install only ran me about $100 because you can go to a local piercing shop who will obviously agree to do the installation. All the programming and coding of putting the apps on the chip, that's all done by me.
Moving forward, Brandon is thinking about having other chips implanted in his body.
So it'll be inserted right under or right over your breast, and then you can tap your phone to your chest and instantly get temperature readings.
And with all this talk about chips, Brandon hopes the chip for the Tesla gets the attention of you-know-who.
It would make all this worth it if maybe just like a thumbs up from Elon or something, or a simple emoji. I don't know, that'd be pretty cool.
And eventually it'll be free. That way people don't resist at all. There's no excuses why they can't get it. In fact, it'll be enforced. You cannot buy or sell without it. You cannot work, cannot travel. You cannot be a normal human being or what we knew as normal. You cannot live what we knew as a normal life. We are getting closer. Y'all can see that this has been in the works. I showed you videos from 17 years ago all the way down to 3 years ago. Just this month, we're now hearing about the digital ID in the UK and it coming to America. So you see, it's getting closer now. I just wanted to share these videos with your family. I watched these videos over 5 years ago.
Is the test dummy for the digital ID tyranny, the digital ID rollout. And looking at this graph that they posted back in 2021, this is just a social credit score. I mean, everything is tied to this digital ID, healthcare, finance, food and sustainability, travel, e-commerce, social platforms. I mean, this is just a social credit score. That's what this is. Everything you do, everything you say, everywhere you go, your healthcare, all tied to a digital ID. They'll give you a score. If you're a good slave to the government, well, you get the healthcare, you get the food, you get the travel perks, you know, you get income, universal basic income, all this crap. If you're bad, if you speak out, you don't get any of it. Your life is really hard, if not impossible to live, and then you eventually just self-muzzle yourself. They want this rollout worldwide. If they can get it in the UK, it will be much easier to roll out everywhere, okay? If this were to be implemented in the UK, European countries would follow suit. They would get the advice, they would get all the information, they would get everything they needed, that it would be effectively rolled out. And they are using what is called order out of chaos. This refers to a concept of creating structure out of disorder, the immigration crisis. They are doing this in the States too. They want biometric data being transferred in and out. Okay, they're doing this everywhere. It seems like they're flying with this immigration crisis that they create. They open up the borders. Biden opens up the borders. UK opens up the borders. It gets so bad through the media that you are begging, give me the digital ID. Let's get the biometrics. Everyone gets the biometrics. We need to know who's working here. We don't want illegal immigrants working. Please, like, track everything I do. It's what they're doing, okay? And if you don't think that could happen in the U.S.,
in the bank,
take a look at Hillary Clinton.
$225,000. We've learned from the WikiLeaks that you said this, and I want to quote, "My dream is a hemispheric common market with open trade and open borders." So that's the question. That's the question. Please quiet everybody. Is that your dream? Open borders.
Well, if
open
you
borders
want
and
to
open
read the rest of the sentence,
society.
I was talking about energy.
Exactly
we trade more energy.
This is the mark of the beast system they're trying to roll out. It's a masquerade. They're trying to make it sound so modern, technology. Do you think they would just roll out a mark of the beast system just like that? No, they're going to fool everyone into taking it. That's what this is. That's what this is. If you're a fool to not even question it, you're a fool and you've been tricked, and I feel sorry for you, okay? The person's husband who literally had a portrait on the island in a dress. Oh, she doesn't need any of that, right? Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. You're dealing with people who are Satanists. Okay, at the end of the day, they want to disrupt society. They want it to fall. Until you can accept that, you're going to have a really hard time denying the digital tyranny. You're going to have a really hard time seeing that this graph right here, it's all one big facade. That's what it is.
Right. They want to see the countries fall. I say that time and time again. Y'all hear other people saying it as well. I'm not the only one that feels this way and understands this as well. This is the beast system. It's here, y'all. It's here. We are living through these times for sure. I watched these videos during the pandemic. I've been knew about this, but many people don't. Maybe this will bring some light to it and people will start to believe it. Back then it was considered a conspiracy theory, or you were considered crazy for thinking this. Now we can see this is the plan of the government. I appreciate y'all for watching. Peace to my Hebrew fam. Shalom. I will catch y'all on the next one.